Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis from the Pastania Studios, John McTavish, and from the Box Press Studio, Jiunn Liu. How you guys doing?
Doing well, man.
Doing well, man. Stanley Cup Finals. Whoop, whoop.
That's
Go
right.
Golden Knights.
Yeah.
All right. So today we are talking about the Topper 125th anniversary. This cigar is I'll tell you a picture of it so you can see what's going on here.
It's a cigar.
The Toro 6x52 comes out of the De Los Reyes factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper is Connecticut broadleaf. Binder is from the Dominican Republic. Filler is from the Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, and Pennsylvania broadleaf. Price point is $12.50. Cigar is released in February of 2023. So with all that out of the way, Jiunn, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
I thought it was overall good. I thought it was a good representation of Connecticut broadleaf. Like I like Connecticut broadleaf that's like kind of the core flavors of like a chocolatey kind of note. This totally had that, but it was also creamy and sweet, like a semi-sweet chocolate going on. It had just enough spices to like have it there, but never to be like spiky, I guess. The only thing that I wish it was I would have hoped for a little bit more body. Because if it would have brought that body up to like a medium plus and more viscous, I think it would have been like much better. But as is, I thought it was delicious.
All right, Seth, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I got a lot of the same tasting notes as Jiunn.
But you rated it average.
I wasn't gonna go there yet, Dick. I was gonna say the same thing about that. I thought it could use a little bit more body and strength. And because of that, I thought it was average because I have a superior palate to Jiunn, and that's why it's just the scale.
They confirmed.
El Paladar.
But it does it only to Jiunn. John, what about your thoughts?
I think my palate's all right. I
You have
kind
a
of
good
agree
palate.
with
You have a
both,
good
but
palate.
what's that?
I said you have a good palate.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you're
that.
Canadian.
I also I'm with Jiunn. I like I like the core of what like a correct sort of not messed with Connecticut broadleaf is, which you get that kind of chocolate, earthy, tobacco, leathery wood combo, and it's
Oh my God.
that delivered it.
Sorry, Golden Knights got a goal.
Ooh, nice. They're gonna sweep them. Now what's interesting is I actually got some black tea, and I don't normally get a lot of black tea on cigars, so it was kind of ranged between having a fair amount of tannins to it to sort of a subtle amount of tannins, but it was a nice flavor component that kind of underpinned all the other broadleaf. And I don't know what tobacco that came from, but it was quite tasty. And then I got chocolate sort of in the bottom half of the first third, and then kind of more of the same in the second third. So, I was both impressed and surprised, and enjoying the review. Last third was a little bit more sort of wooden tea forward, so it lost a little bit of that upper echelon that I felt that it already delivered. Burn was a little bit wavy. Had to do a touch up in the second third. Draw was perfect. So, good overall experience. I was happy. And at 1250, man. Oh. And what about you?
Right?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted oak, earth, and black pepper. Got a light cocoa powder that joined in pretty quickly and some creaminess a bit later. Second third saw the creaminess and the cocoa powder become pretty faint, and the final third saw the earth become even with the toasted oak. Construction was absolutely perfect for me, so no issues there. I thought the cigar started well, had a nice combination of flavors, but the second third dropped a level as the supporting notes became really faint and kind of maintained that level the rest of the way. I was hoping for that first third to keep going with that cocoa powder and that creaminess going on. That was a nice flavor profile, but it kind of went away, and just after that first third, it was kind of just a bit mundane and just not really intriguing for the rest of it. But not a bad showing for an anniversary cigar, but I don't think it's something that I would necessarily come back to all that frequently. So, yeah. All right, so let's get into the scores. We are going to start at the top with Jiunn at 6.82. John was next at 6.72. I gave it a 6.1, and Seth gave it a 5.15. So, Jiunn, had that 6.82 matchup for you?
Match great. It was, I it'd be fun to do with this is like, I mean, it'd be fun to do like unbanded and blind in that sense of any cigars, but I challenge people to smoke something like this and pick up like a, your more popular Saga broadleaf stuff or Peat and compare, because I think a lot of people will be surprised by how good this is. People with good palates. Not named Seth.
All right, John,
Guys.
6.72.
Yeah, it matches up well. For me, anything over 6.5, we start to get into the echelon of like, I'm gonna actively seek that out if I'm gonna be an M. Again, we don't talk about price in the score, but for an anniversary 1250, especially given that it's a broadleaf, kind of a steal in the current market. And like Jiunn said, I mean, I think this probably punches above its weight class in terms of what the flavor delivery is. So yeah, good.
Yeah, my 6.1 matches up well. I mean, it was an above average flavor profile, had that perfect construction. So it gets to that 6.1 mark. And that's the mark where I have to I'm on the edge of the fence there on which way I want to go. With the price point, I'd come back to it maybe because that, it's enjoyable to start out with and it's got perfect construction. So you don't have to really focus on that part of it. So I would try it again to see if I get like a better representation the second time. But I can go either way. All right, Seth, 5.15.
Yeah, listen, I know I scored it low, but I would definitely come back to it again. I do think it's an enjoyable Connecticut broadleaf, and I think it's one of those cigars when people think, oh, Connecticut broadleafs are too much. Here's an example of something that can deliver something that's pretty solid. I'd actually like to smoke this more of like in a Corona, see if that could pump up the cigar, because that's really what I think it is. I think it's really kind of this old school blend that I just wasn't my cup of tea. But yeah.
All right, final thoughts. I wrote in my notes that 10 cent per year anniversary pricing is appreciated. So,
Oh, dang,
I
that's
didn't
it.
think about it like that.
yeah. I mean, you guys got these guys coming out with 10th anniversary cigars that are like $20. Like, come on, bro.
Oh. And plus,
Oh,
like Topper
120.
as a brand is pretty like they price all their cigars pretty competitively, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't really have any really high priced cigars. Yeah.
Right.
That's good. I mean,
Yeah.
to an extent it's good. Like this.
Yeah.
I saw another. I'll say this in defense of Topper, because I do think it has a Connecticut broadleaf, which is really, it's just kind of a pure Connecticut broadleaf. Like this is what they're supposed to be like. They're not, colored or anything like that. There's nothing done to this.
Yeah.
Because of it has this rustic appearance, and that's where you get the flavors from it. I did see, I can't remember who it was. I was reading someone else's review of this, not on ours, and they said it's an ugly broadleaf, and that person is a fucking idiot because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And
Show
if
yourself,
they
you
watch
fucking idiot.
this, you know
Defend
who you're
yourself.
talking. Yeah, you're gonna be like shit, and you're gonna come after me, and I hope so, because it's not an ugly fucking broadleaf. It's just
Yeah,
a
it's
natural
true.
broadleaf. It's rustic.
If you've been in the Connecticut River Valley, which I have, and you've seen broadleaf in person, which I have, like Seth was saying, the way I described it is when I was talking to the farmer is like it looks like you could make a wallet out of it because it's just like this sort of textured, grainy, and that's what it looks like. And people who look at that and go, well, it needs to be uniform in color. It's like, no, that's what's wrong with the industry. That's what tobacco looks like. Fucking shut up.
It's people think that like every broadleaf needs to look like probably some old Ashton aged Maduros and like Liga Privada #9s. It's like, no, that's not.
Put your paintbrush away.
Put your brush away. So yeah, there we go, man.
Oh boy.
We talked about this one. This is a big one. Topper. Wasn't Topper an Arnold Schwarzenegger character in one of the?
Not that I can recall.
No.
Really?
So.
Yeah, I'm just focused on FUBAR these days.
I'm trying to remember what his character's name was in Predator.
Dylan. No, Dylan. That was Dylan was pushing too many pencils. It was oh, that's embarrassing.
Okay.
It was one syllable.
Can't Let's see. Dutch.
Dutch.
Dutch. Looking good, Dutch.
What's the
Dutch
matter,
Diller.
Dylan? Been pushing too many pencils? See, I got you pushing too many pencils.
Nice.
Good times.
All right. Wherever you catch this video or wherever you're watching Predator, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Dapper!